Alright, Shalom. First off, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakudash. Double honors to our apostles and elders up in Great Millstone who ruled well and taught us his truth. And a sincere peace and salutations to all the Akim out there pushing his word and truth and in all sincerity. It's the brother Ganan from the DC camp coming back at you with another video. And Lord's will, it's going to be brief, but if brother's been watching my channel, you know I've done this video before. And I just want to go a little bit more in depth, just being a couple more years into this truth. I feel like this topic is important, So I'm going to just jump in. Lord's will, I entitled it, Ruling Your Spirit, as I did before. This is Proverbs 25 and 28. It says, "He that have no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down without walls." You see, so it says that he that have no rule over his own spirit, he that can't control himself, he that is moved by his emotions, is like a city broken down with no walls. What do you use walls for? Is a covering, is a defense. You can't, you're defenseless when you're unable to control yourself. You're defenseless. You're not in control of yourself, So it's important, no matter what situation befall you, to understand and take that step back and to control yourself, man. And that's why, when we talk about wisdom, the scriptures talk about wisdom. Hold on. When the scriptures talk about wisdom and with all I'm getting, get understanding, you have to understand the scriptures in order to apply the wisdom. So when you're faced with a situation, to as though you feel disrespected, you feel the need to say something when it's maybe not the right time, when you're speaking out of turn, you feel like you've been done wrong, and now you're faced with a situation where you have to control your spirit. Now you are applying wisdom. This is James 1 and 19. It says, "Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, and slow to wrath." We have to be patient, brothers. The scriptures say that our powers are long suffering. So when you jump to Sirach, the second chapter, right? For 2 and 1, it says, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient, and thou art changed to a lower state." You have to be patient, man. You have to know that everything is not going to go on our time. You always got to keep in mind that Yahweh Shah, when he was here, when Yahweh Shah was on the scene, he had all the spiritual powers. But he stayed patient. He controlled himself. He was the ultimate master of controlling himself. He had complete rulership over his spirit. So when you know it's time to go work out, when you know it's time to get in tune with the Lord's business, it's all about ruling your spirit, doing what you know you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, and controlling and being in complete control of yourself, like the elder Ariella did that video, about time management, just being in control of yourself, man, being more organized, that goes into ruling your spirit, man. You got to take a long look at yourself, look in the mirror and see, are you the reflection of what you want to be? Because we are all the reflection of the work that we put in all aspects, man. And that goes into ruling your spirit, But back on the topic of wrath, this is Sirach 1:22. It says, a furious man cannot be justified, for the sway of his fury shall be his destruction. Right. So when you're just losing your mind and you are pissed off, you can't be justified, man. And the sway of that fury is going to lead you to your destruction, man. I'm sure there's plenty times of brothers that's not brothers, but, Jake in jail, where they be like, damn, I wish I didn't do that, because they act off impulse, man. That's a female trait, man. That's a female trait. That's not who we are as a people, man. As men, we are more in control of ourselves. We know how to control ourselves, And that's what's important. I'm going to read it again. It says, a furious man cannot be justified, for the sway of his fury shall be his destruction. You see? And then it says, a patient man will bear for a time. You see, that's that word patient. That word patient means to suffer. This is not always going to feel good. It's not an easy thing. This is not an easy thing. It's not a light thing, man, of what we're going through, man. Why? Because we understand of how things are supposed to be. So that's why it says, oppression maketh a wise man mad. Knowing this knowledge, obtaining this knowledge, and being able to apply wisdom is being in the know, man. And being in the know is a very burdensome thing, simply because where we're at, we're in hell, man. Everything around us, man, with these women running rampant. But we understand, like the scripture saying in Jeremiah, there's a new thing created in this earth, that a woman shall surpass a man. Isaiah 3:12. That women shall rule over you. That's a sign of hell, man. You got this weak nation of people, so-called white people, really have a such thing as white privilege, man. A weak nation got us all in debt, got us all in a bind, man. Brothers, putting things together to make sure every brother good, man. Because we in this messed up system. All of this stuff is gruesome, man. And you just get to that point that you're frustrated, but you have to channel that, man. I'm going to read it again. This is Sirach 1:23. It said, a patient man will bear for a time, and afterward joy shall spring up unto him. You see? A patient man will bear for a time, and afterward shall joy spring up unto him. Right now, what do the scriptures say, man? No matter what trouble we got, we know we got the victory, man. We know we already won. I'm going to get it. And Romans 12:19, it says, dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord. You see? So that's why our wrath should be. It should have its place, man. Right now is not the time, as the scriptures say in Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, man. There's a time and season for everything. Right now is a time for us to channel our anger. Trust me, the Lord is going to give us time to unleash it. But right now, you got to tame yourself. You got to control yourself in all aspects of life, man. In all aspects of life, you got to it's easier said than done. And I'm talking to myself when I this is a lesson of me teaching myself. I don't want to be that dude in the scriptures where it says there's one that is teaching many but unprofitable to himself. I'm talking to myself. I want to get on the right path, so to speak. And through that, Lord's will, another brother is edified and built up by this. You know? So I'm going to go back to Proverbs and finish off on Proverbs. This is Proverbs 25 and 28. It says, he that have no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. So we have our defense, man. We have all the tools. We have the cheat codes of life, of how to control ourselves and make it, man. Make it to our salvation. Make it to the end of the road. Let no man take your crown. Let nobody take your crown, because you got demons out here that's going to do everything they could to do it, to take your crown, you know. So Lord's will, brothers was edified and built up by this, and Lord's will, we start taking the right steps towards our salvation, you know. So with that, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakudash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of the Great Millstone who well and taught us this truth. And a sincere peace citation to all the Akim out there pushing this word and truth in this sincerity. Shalom.